Well, I think it's a really exciting time in the way that training requirements have changed in FM over the last few years. I think there's much more of a requirement for organisations to invest in their staff and to put together programmes that recognise the levels that people are working at, but also the levels they need to work at. I think it's also important that individuals take responsibility for their own learning as well, and we're finding a lot of individuals looking for careers in facilities management and looking at putting together training programmes that will progress them through from where they are to where they need to be in terms of their future career. Well, I think the introduction of higher level apprenticeships is a really exciting time for the industry. I think it gives people the opportunity to include what they're doing at work and get a recognised qualification. There are lots of people who are working in facilities management who have been doing jobs and progressed up through, and this is the perfect opportunity for them to combine that work with an ability to get a professional qualification that recognises what they're doing, but also gives them the opportunity to have something on a piece of paper that shows that they have achieved that particular level in their career. Well, I think the organisation should be able to look at this as very much a win-win. There's a win for the individual. It shows that the organisation is interested in them as a person. It shows that the organisation is interested in investing in their skills and also giving them a current level of skills that's needed for that particular role. But I think for the organisation it's a way of making sure that there is a standard that is achieved across the organisation in terms of what they need from the people that are working for them. And what this does is give them the opportunity to bring those two things together. I think if we look at the success that's happened over the last few months in terms of various events that have taken place in the UK, it's been a brilliant opportunity to showcase the skills of facilities management throughout the whole of the country. And I think there's a lot of nations and a lot of countries that are looking and saying, well, actually, we would really like to have a lot of those skills ourselves. So I think the opportunities are there for people both to come to the UK and to see what it is and how we do it and to achieve British qualifications here. But I think the ability to export these qualifications, now that there's a whole range of different media and different ways that we can provide those qualifications, I think it just opens the door really wide for international opportunities. I think organisations that decide against investing in training and developing their staff are a little bit short-sighted at the moment. I appreciate there are various pressures and constraints in terms of the decisions they need to make, but I think if they're planning on being around for the long term, I think they really need to take a hard look at it. The organisations that do invest at the moment are those that in 2 or 3 years' time will have staff that have not just a level of knowledge but a level of competence, a level of skills. They will have a consistent standard across the whole of the organisation, and I think what they'll find is that those organisations are the ones that are being viewed as the leading organisations in facilities management in the United Kingdom, and those are the organisations that people will want to go and work for. So I think they should really take a hard look at what they're doing at the moment and decide that actually a bit of investment now will pay off a lot more in the long term.